Hello, my fellow welt lovers. So, apparently, we're about to witness one of the most unexpected, low-key chaotic, and potentially hilarious shakeups in Honkai Star Rail's entire aesthetic history. Body type changes for some SP characters. Yeah, not all of them, but some. The idea that our beloved alternate versions are not only getting different abilities, lore twists, or personalities, but are now literally changing body models? That's some copium fuel right here, and I am both terrified and completely thrilled. Like, imagine logging in one day, and suddenly Sparkle has grown 2 inches, Silver Wolf gotten way taller, or Kafka's Stellaron Hunter version swapped from her usual slender frame to a medium model. The sheer amount of chaos that would erupt on the internet? Legendary. Absolute meltdown status. I can already hear the "why is she taller" memes being born in real time. Topping up in Genshin or Star Rail can get expensive, and let's be honest, we've all seen those in-game prices and wished they were just a bit lower. Well, that's exactly what LD Shop is here for. This is LD Shop, the official top-up platform developed by the LD Player Emulator Group. It lets you top up your favorite games like Genshin Impact and Star Rail at huge discounts, up to 23% off or more. And yeah, it's super easy to use. All you need is your server and UID, and your top-up will show up in-game within just a few minutes. It's safe, reliable, and used by thousands of players. You can even compare prices, for example, something like the Supply Pass or a 6480 Stellar Jade Bundle. It's way cheaper here than in-game. If you register using my link, you'll get a 15% off coupon and an extra 5% off coupon, which can save you up to $50 on your first top-ups. Plus, LD Shop gives you the same first top-up bonus you get in-game, so you're not missing out on anything. And if you're planning to spend more, here's a bonus. If you spend over $80, you'll unlock VIP status, which gives you a free supply pass and more perks. So if you're looking to save while still getting everything you normally would in-game, just use the link in the description and get Cyrene while saving more. Now, of course, people are speculating why this is happening, and honestly, some of the theories are gold. The biggest one floating around is that it makes sense because of the SP theme, elation, mythos, aha energy, all that shape-shifting, illusionary, trickster nonsense that defines their existence. Think about it. Sparkle is literally a shapeshifter. She embodies Aha's chaotic joy. She's canonically capable of changing appearances, and she loves drama. If there was ever a character who'd be like, "Surprise! I changed my height today just to mess with you," it's her. Sparkle's entire personality screams, reality is optional. So, giving her a slightly different body type, it totally fits her chaotic narrative flavor. But then it gets even wilder. Some leakers specifically hinted that this isn't just random. Apparently, the idea behind these new SP designs ties into the thematic essence of their new worlds or settings. Like, Edo's SP characters are supposed to exist in an actual, grounded world, not some dreamscape or simulation. So, their physicality changing wouldn't make as much sense without a solid narrative reason. Meanwhile, Danny Boy, our Imbibitor Lunny, already has the perfect lore excuse. He's been through simulations, memories, reincarnation. Basically, his entire existence is a metaphysical fever dream. So if his SP version suddenly shrinks, grows, or glows in 10 shades of teal, we'd all just shrug and go, yeah, that tracks. Dude's literally got simulation excuse privileges. But for the Edo characters? Not so easy. Edo isn't a dream bubble or a data construct. It's a real place with real consequences. Unless Hoyoverse goes full aha mode and drops some divine prank into the story, they'd need an in-universe justification for those physical changes. And that's where the mythos theory drops in. People are saying that because the next major patch revolves around both aha and mythos, themes of illusion, transformation, and stories becoming reality, it would totally make sense for physical forms to bend, twist, or evolve depending on the narrative logic of that domain. You know, like your self-image determines your form kind of deal. Which, if true, is not just stylistically brilliant, it's actually terrifying. Because that means anyone could, theoretically, change shape based on emotion, belief, or knowing aha. Pure chaotic whimsy. What's even funnier is that this whole conversation unintentionally loops back to Dan Heng's lore in the most poetic way possible. Because let's be honest, he's technically already done the body type switch thing. His Imbibitor Luni form is slightly taller, broader. He's got the draconic glow-up built right into his story. And that wasn't just for aesthetics. It symbolizes growth, reconciliation, and reclaiming identity. Dan Heng's transformation represents him finally stepping out of Dan Feng's shadow, embracing his legacy while making it his own. If that's not the most emotionally charged new body type justification ever, I don't know what is. So yeah, Dan Heng doesn't even need the SP excuse. He's been doing alternate model character development since day one. Now imagine if that kind of thematic weight gets applied to the rest of the SP lineup. Like, Sparkle's form could change slightly every time she shapeshifts or even emotionally shifts. Silverwolf could adjust her height, posture, or even outfit mid-battle as part of her digital overlay. And then there's the thought of Stellaron Hunter Bronya, our cool, calculating tactician, getting a taller or stronger frame to match her hardened, morally gray, interstellar outlaw persona. The internet would implode. Hoyoverse could literally justify these changes as narrative texture, and we'd eat it up anyway because it fits. Of course, that doesn't stop the community from joking about it. Like, the yokai variant theory is one of my favorite takes. People think the reason we're suddenly seeing so many SPs lately is because we're building up to a full-on yokai expansion. SP versions representing mythical creatures or spirits tied to Aha and Mythos domain. You can already picture it, right? Sparkle as a mischievous fox spirit, Silverwolf as a cyber yokai hacker, maybe even Jinglu reimagined as a spectral swordwoman haunting Edo's neon backstreets. That setup alone would make changing body types feel not just logical but necessary. Because yokai aren't fixed, they shift forms depending on their emotions or mischief level. And honestly, if Hoyoverse is really leaning into the elation element, then it all just falls perfectly into place. Elation has always been about transformation, unpredictability, laughter, and trickery. Aha's followers don't care about physical laws. They thrive on breaking them. So, if the upcoming SPs are all tied to that domain, it's literally on brand for them to wake up one day and go, you know what? I'm taller now. Deal with it. Plus, with how much Hoyoverse loves symbolism, we might even see form changes reflect emotional arcs, like characters physically evolving as they come to terms with parts of themselves. Kind of like Dan Heng's whole deal, but multiplied across the roster. And let's be real, SP design updates are a merchandise goldmine. Every slight change in silhouette means new figurines, new animations, new skins. You think people won't throw their entire wallets at SP Silverwolf version 2.0 with a taller model? Please. We all know they will. I can already imagine the wave of fan art, the cosplay updates, the tier list chaos. New SP body meta incoming. It's both hilarious and brilliant. But at the heart of all this hype, there's something genuinely exciting. Hoyoverse experimenting with physical design as a storytelling tool. They've already mastered emotional cinematography and music. Now they're pushing into body language and form as narrative expression. It's not just a model swap, it's a statement. It's saying, these characters are alive, evolving, and changing not just mentally, but physically, because their world is bending with them. That's peak Star Rail philosophy right there. Cosmic absurdity meets heartfelt transformation. So yeah, whether it's Sparkle stretching out a few pixels taller, Silverwolf leveling up her in-game avatar, or Dan Heng embracing his duality permanently, I am so ready for this next era of SP characters. If this is how they're expanding the multiverse, bring it on. Let them grow, shrink, shapeshift, glitch. Whatever it takes to make this universe even more unhinged and glorious than it already is. Because if Aha's domain is truly coming, we're about to witness chaos in its most elegant, anime protagonist form. And you just know the moment we see it in-game, people are going to lose their minds. Screenshots everywhere. Side-by-side comparisons. Old Sparkle versus new Sparkle memes for days. It's going to be an event in itself. And if there's one thing Hoyoverse excels at, it's turning fan speculation into actual narrative fuel. So go ahead, my fellow Welt lovers, get your measuring sticks ready. Because the next patch might just change the height of Star Rail as we know it.